Welcome back, everybody, to Bird's Nest Stadium, beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky, on a perfect Friday night for football. We've sent Scotty Sutton home. It's past his bedtime. We've got the other half of the Sutton broadcasting team. Sam is with me. And Sam, I know you're excited about this game, being a Scott County alum and knowing what you know about the program and knowing how they didn't have the night they wanted to against Franklin County a year ago. How badly have they been itching to play this game for the past 364 days?
Oh, you know, they want it very bad right now, Cal. I've talked to a few of the players, talked to a few of the coaches this week. They've been circling this game for a long time. I feel like last year I don't want to say they disrespected Franklin County, but they weren't expecting what they got. And when they came out and just smacked them in the mouth early, I think they were shocked. And so I definitely think they'll be ready tonight.
A lot of anything that could go wrong did go wrong kind of situations in that game too. Campton Martin going down on the first play, Ethan Miracle going down early in the game, and you're down all of a sudden a super senior back and a senior lineman. It's hard to dig out from that with a freshman quarterback. Plus, you're dealing with Franklin County. Caden Moorman is a load. At 6'1", 210 pounds. He looks like every back that you would expect to wear Kentucky blue, and he'll be there in a year. But for right now, it's going to take more than one Cardinal to bring him down.
Yeah. As a Kentucky fan, Cal, I'm very excited to see what he's got, but I hope it's not very much tonight. But yeah, I definitely agree. It's going to be a handful to try to stop him. I don't think you're going to stop him, but I think you just have to try to slow him down as much as you can and rally to the ball.
This is a big offensive line, too. Carson Greenwell tips the scales at 310. He's the center. The left guard, Arden, number 75, J.J. Arden, a junior, 5'10", 300. Then the rest of the line goes 200, 195, 195. So pick your poison with them, I guess. But they do have, as we mentioned, Moorman. They have the tight end who caused all kinds of problems last year, Peyton Ledford. He's a D1 prospect as well. Both sides of the ball, he's a threat. So Franklin County still got some studs. They've got Zach Claudio, the senior, as well on the outside, who can cause all kinds of problems. So we shall see what they have in store for Scott County. We mentioned after Campton Martin got hurt last year, Andrew Hickey took over. Really impressive. I know Coach McKee has been high on him. How much do you think Clay McKee coming back to the program, being that passing game coordinator, will help his development even more so this year?
I think it'll be huge, Cal, because, not only was Clay our quarterback forever, he's grown up in it ever since he was a little kid. His dad's been the head coach. That's all he's ever been, was the wing T quarterback for Scott County. And, something that I've noticed the last couple of years is our offense just hasn't flowed the way it used to, I would say. And I think Clay's really brought that back, and I've noticed that the last couple scrimmages.
Thing about this offense, very much senior-dominated O-line. 4 of the 5 are seniors. We mentioned Ethan Miracle, Tristan Carpenter, Daniel Daff, Nathan Hall. Then you've got some juniors in particular at the skill positions who can flat-out fly, and they can come at you. I think Scott County is going to be able to come at opponents from a bunch of different directions. I mean, how much who, if anyone, in that group are you expecting to maybe be impressed by this year and see take a big step forward?
Out of the skill position?
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Paul Gardner play Cardinal. I think he'll be a leader in the secondary, and I think he's going to take a huge jump. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Buddy Collins has, man.
Yeah, he's already a D1 prospect.
Yeah, I've heard some great things about Buddy. He's only a sophomore, but I expect him to be huge out on the corner, and I think he's going to play a little running back.
On the defensive side, people definitely need to watch Jasante Harmon.
Yep.
He is another guy that's got a D1 offer. He is just a big body out there and has a nose for the ball, as this defense always does. You don't want to overlook a guy like Elijah Adams, who was the team's leading tackler last year in his back. So I think this defense should be very solid with 7 returning starters.
No doubt. And on offense, Cal, I think Thomas Frederick, no one's going to run the ball harder. He's going to block every down. He's going to go as hard as he can. And Ellis Hughley, they both run the ball very hard, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Scott County taking the field in traditional fashion. I'm going to count on your younger eyes for these numbers. The black on red at 9 o'clock at night is not a good combination for us old play-by-play guys, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I bet you missed those white numbers.
Yeah, my goodness, I'm telling you. I mean, the red numbers on black are not good, but the black on red is even worse.
I'm sure.
Oh, well, it's easier down on the sidelines. When you're up here through at a distance through all these windows,
Need some binoculars up here.
we need something. We need something, but we'll be fine. 43-14 was the final a year ago. Franklin County got all the way to the 4A semifinals for the second year in a row. They were a state finalist in 2020.
If I know Coach Monty, Cal, I would be very shocked if he hasn't fired these boys up for last year's game.
I mean, all you had to do was show the film of Mormon shredding the secondary a couple of times early in the game and taking them to school. And we're going to have the scholarship presentation down there. The BGO scholarship looks like Big Carson Greenwell, the senior on the Franklin County side.
62.
I was going to say, that's Nate
Hall.
Hall.
Yep,
that's
Nate
the two-way starter, Nate Hall. Coach McKee spoke very highly of him. He took one for the team last year after Ethan Miracle got hurt. Hall thought he was a middle linebacker, and Coach McKee said, you're not going to start a middle linebacker. Where you could play is offensive guard. And he says, well, I need a uniform. I'm number 45. I can't do that, or 49, or one or the other. He said, well, we can take care of that. And he started the rest of the season at guard, and he will also be a factor on the defensive side of the ball as well. And not a lot of two-way starters for Scott County, but still it's something that has crept into the mix here in recent years, and Hall is one of those. I think Paul Garner might be another. He's not listed on the offensive depth chart, but he's been one of the leading receivers for 2 years running. So it would shock me if he's not out there.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'd probably say Buddy Collins will get
I would say with all the hype I've heard about Buddy.
Yeah. Nate's got that perfect size for a pulling guard in this wing team offense.
Yes, he does. He looks like the prototype.
Very athletic, can get out on the corner, lead block.
There's a great crowd across the way for Franklin County at this game, and of course a great crowd here on the home side as well.
It's beautiful, Cal, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. This is
Friday night lights.
Couldn't ask for any more than this any night in August, September, October, November. It's what we live for.
It should be a great game, Cal.
I'm hopeful. I mean, I thought last year, I didn't know what to expect last year. I certainly didn't expect, a running clock going against the good guys. But I think a lot of lessons were learned, and a lot of guys are a year older and wiser, and we'll see how it goes. Scott County will return. As Buddy Collins is back there, we'll see his athleticism already along with Logan Jones. This is the area where Jeremy Hamilton thrived for so long. Of course, he has graduated now to U of L, we say reluctantly. We've got a couple of ex-Cardinals over there, so we have to be nice.
Just a little bit.
Ball is in the air. We are underway. Jones and Collins. I think Jones came away with it. He toes across up to the 20, not much farther. As looked like Mormon, Jason Collins, and Ty Taylor all there.
I bet a lot of money run belly.
That's a 99% chance on the first play. It'll be interesting. One thing I've seen Coach McKee more over the years try to get cute in these typical running situations. And sometimes he gets behind the 8 ball and mad at himself as a result of that. But I think we might see something more traditional. We've got Fryman at fullback this year, and he is, speaking of prototypes, he looks like a Scott County fullback.
No doubt about it.
They will throw on first down.
Isaac York.
York on the near side, across the 30 to move the sticks before a big stick by Gavin Hurst, but not before he gains 12. The Cardinals are on the move early.
I like that. Get your young quarterback loose early. Let him get comfortable. I like that.
That's a safe pass on first down. And we asked how the arrival of Clay McKee was going to change things. And he has hinted to me over the months of winter, spring, and summer that, you might see this passing game evolve. Sure enough, they throw it on first down. Now, Fryman up the middle. He faked the throw. A knee down just over the 40. It'll be another good gain of 8, maybe 9. The Cards are in business early.
If he doesn't run into his offensive lineman right there, Cal, he's at least got a gain of 30 right there.
Jacob Fryman, 5'8", 220, low center of gravity, to say the least.
Who we got out here wide, Cal? I think that's Logan Jones.
Is that Logan Jones?
I believe.
Speaking of sides of the ball. Hand off to Fryman once again, past the marker. So it'll be another first down at the 43. And the Cards move the chains again. This is already a much more auspicious start than we had a year ago.
It's Eli Lilly.
Okay.
Yep. Number 2.
So many of these guys have excelled at the lower levels, whether it be freshman or JV, and you're hearing their names at the varsity level now. And a lot of promise, a lot of talent, a lot of wins leading up to the varsity level. Now they'll see how it translates.
Tradition doesn't graduate.
No, it does not. Hickey under center. He fakes to Fryman. They go wide and they will lose yardage. There's great anticipation.
Ledford.
He is a man-child out there. Peyton Ledford.
He read that perfect. He did not bite on the belly at all.
At Media Day, Coach McKee called him an SEC football player on Friday nights. He says, I don't know what boxes he doesn't check for some of these schools that haven't offered him, but he's 6'3", 250, and he's just unblockable at times. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
Timeout, Cardinals.
They will talk it over.
Coach McKee didn't like something there.
Who was it ran the ball in that play? Was that Ellis Hughley?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he was coming this way, and Ledford just read it from the start.
Yep.
2nd and 13, timeout with 9:41 remaining in the first quarter. I want to thank some more of our sponsors that maybe we didn't mention in Game 1. Sword Performance, the official hydration product of Great Crossing Scott County Athletics. Pick up a Shield drink at any Clark's Pump and Shop today. Jersey Bikes, new location, strategically placed right across from Planet Fitness. BMT Maintenance. Technicians are factory trained and certified to serve an extensive variety of commercial HVAC, cooking, and refrigeration equipment. Give us a call today. Kroger Hometown Pickup. You know Kroger. Been around for 90 years. Our favorite hometown grocery store. They've stepped up their game with Hometown Pickup. If you live in Cynthiana, Georgetown, or Midway, you can order all your fresh food online. Pick it up at a central location in your hometown. Hoghead Trailers, locally owned. Go see them for your trailer and golf cart needs. And Dan Cummins of Georgetown, home with a lifetime powertrain guarantee. You don't have to go to Paris for a Dan Cummins deal. You can stay right in Georgetown. Second and 13, Hickey under center at the 40. In motion is Fikert. They'll hand it off to Fryman. Nothing doing. It'll be 3rd and long.
About 3rd and 11 here, Cal.
Yeah, he did get a couple. He snuck underneath the pile there, but Ledford was in the mix again.
I don't think Coach McKee's going to get too cute here, Cal. I would expect maybe a sweep here, maybe a quick hitch or something, but I don't think he's going to be too cute.
Don't want to do anything to cause any self-inflicted damage. You can punt and pin them in fairly tough field position. Hickey will throw it high, incomplete. He had his man, but it was well covered by number 5, Gavin Hurst.
Just a hair out of his reach, or that would have been a first down. I liked the play, though.
Was it Isaac York down there? It looked like in the right flat. It was a good. He sold the fake well, even on 3rd and 11. Punting situation for the Cards at their own 42. Christian Rodriguez, the punter.
Looks like we're missing a man out there. Only got 10 out.
Not what you want.
Isaac York's running out there now. Better hurry up. We got about 6 seconds.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got to snap it. Nope. That's going to be a penalty. Back it up 5 won't hurt him too much in this situation, you wouldn't think. 4th and 16. But 5 yards is 5 yards against what promises to be a potent Franklin County offense, getting ready to have the ball for the first time tonight. Only 3 minutes into this one, round 2 of the 2nd annual BGO Battle of Elkhorn Creek. Great Crossing just wasted Western Hills in round 1, 60-13. Now what do we got? Another flag. Is this a sideline warning? Yep.
Franklin County's gone with a little bit of a double barrel back here with Caden Mormon and Galloway. But they're kind of going short and long. Normally you see, far right, far left. It's almost like Galloway's
maybe they're not
blocker.
quite sure what Mr. Rodriguez is going to do in terms of, if I were him, I would not punt it to Mr. Mormon. That's just my theory.
Galloway don't look too bad himself.
Double clutch, but Rodriguez does kick it to Mormon. He had a tough time seeing it in the lights, and great coverage to knock him back for a loss at the 21. Yeah, we're squinting to see who it was.
I think that's Thomas Fikert.
I believe you are right. Number 13 is Fikert.
That was a great play by Thomas. That's what we just talked about. His hustle, you can't match that.
You see it on the baseball diamond, as you well know. He's a guy that if you put him in as a courtesy runner, he's gonna get from first to home somehow, some way.
No doubt. I've been around a lot of guys. I don't think I've met anyone with a bigger heart than that man. And it shows.
Franklin County with the ball for the first time. 8:52 remaining first quarter. Gavin Hurst is the QB. He'll give it to Mormon. Not much there over the middle. Maybe 3. Elijah Adams, last year's leading tackler, as we mentioned. 6'1", 225-pound senior inside linebacker with the stop there. It's always a tough stop if you get Mormon. 2nd and 7.
Going a little hurry up.
I was going to say fairly quick pace here for the Flyers. Now they will pull up and look at their wristbands. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Another handoff straight up the middle. Mormon pulls ahead to the 30. It'll be 3rd and very short. About a yard. Adams again. 3rd and 1 at the 30. Scott County stopped after a couple of first downs on its opening drive, and now seeing what they can do defensively against Franklin County, who put up 43 a year ago. Kind of a full house backfield behind the quarterback. High snap. Hurst is going to have to, it's Mormon in the Wildcat. He'll cover it up for a big loss. And Franklin County does get cute there. It'll cost them. They'll have to punt.
That's huge right there.
Sometimes you want to keep it simple when you got a guy with that talent and size in your backfield. But
it kind of took it back to 1930, right?
That was like the straight T in front of the single wing quarterback. Yeah. It was kind of a blend of things there. It didn't work.
No, it was just
might not see it again.
No, it's just gonna be a little wildcat with basically the other 10 guys lead blocking for him, but too strong of a snap.
They will have to punt it on 4th and 12. Low snap, partially blocked, almost got there. May not have been blocked, but good field position will result from it at the 44. We've got a little extracurricular pushing and shoving here. Scott County in business at the Franklin County 44. Its second series of the evening. No score. 6:54 remaining first quarter here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Newsgraphic.com and NFHS. Glad to be here. Cal Oaks along with Sam Sutton. I'll be with somebody next week as Scott County be right back here at Bird's Nest Stadium to host the Lafayette Generals.
I'll be here with you.
You will be here. Okay, that's what I was hoping. I didn't have the full rundown on who was going to be all my partners this year. But
I'll be here for Scott County.
I figured you would be. You're the Scott County guy. Well, Fryman up the middle. Bulldozing for another first down across the 35 to the 32. Jacob Fryman is going to be special in this offense. I really believe it.
We just talked about guys graduating, but tradition doesn't. I mean, that looks like every Scott County fullback I've seen since I was a kid.
And that's what I feel like they have been missing. That's you talked about some things that have been missing the past couple of years. They don't have that prototype. I think Tago Jones was a great back, but he wasn't that every down fullback.
Nope.
And Fryman has the potential to lug it 30, 35 times a game if they need him to.
Just a bowling ball back there. And that's what you need in this wing tee.
First down from the 32. It's Fryman again. Gets to almost to the 30. Gain of a yard and a half before he's taken down by Ledford. Ledford's going to be in on most of the tackles tonight, I think, given where he lines up on that defense and where Scott County likes to run. Strength against strength. We are midway through the opening quarter, scoreless. Jones and Hickey listening for the play call from Coach Jim McKee. More than a quarter century on the sideline now. You mentioned Clay's never known anything but that in his life. Now he's down there with the headset. That's right. You guys are all in that same ballpark. Fryman grinding it out inside the 30, down close to the 27.
You know, right before the offense went back out there, I saw Coach Key kind of. It almost looked like he challenged Fryman. You know, like put your nose down. We're going to ride you on this drive, and he's shown it. He's gotten the ball the last 3 to 4 times.
Yeah, they haven't messed around with any of that lateral stuff this time. It's been all up the middle. And having a fullback that can do that sets up that east-west running. And there's Fikert on the counter inside the 15. Cardinals are rolling right now.
That looked great right there. We just talked about it. That looked smooth. The fake to the fullback, straight to Thomas. It's been I almost want to say slow the last couple of years, and that looks
so much about the wing tee. It's an old style offense, but it's pace. It's pace. It's timing. It's
And every play has to be 100%, or it doesn't work.
Yep. If you watch a Jim McKee practice, as you know, it's emphasized over and over, and it's almost like a 2-minute offense.
Yep. That timing's off. The play's pretty much over.
Fryman runs to the left. Nope. Someone else this time. Hughley got it. He faked to Fryman, and Hughley inside the 10.
It's a good fake.
They're using all their weapons. Fikert right, Hughley left, Fryman up the middle. They have advanced it from the 47 down to about the 7-yard line right now. So it's a drive that's in some serious business. Gain of 7 at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter.
I think it'd be huge for the Cardinals to punch this in right here. Show them, after, like we talked about after last year's game, I think this would be huge to go out and get in front.
You got to set the tone early. Yep. Last year, they just never had a chance. Fryman to the 5 before he's brought down. They'll mark it shy of there at the 6. So it'll be 3rd and a yard, maybe a half yard. 4-down territory. I don't think you're going to be kicking field goals here against a team like Franklin County. You're going to take your chances and try to get that yard. If you don't get it on 3rd down, get it on 4th.
Yep. I'd be shocked if they go anywhere but Fryman for these next 2 plays.
Yeah, I think they've set the tone that he's going to be the guy.
Got to block Ledford here.
Nope, Hickey on the sneak across the 5.
Got it.
Looks like he did. In fact, he's almost down to the 3 where the ref from this side is running in. The side judge came running in. They were right on that PAT marker. So
about the 3-yard line, I believe.
Yep. Strong, time-consuming Scott County traditional drive here in the second series of the game as they threaten to punch it in. 1st and goal from the 3. 3 minutes to play, opening period.
Ball protection's huge right here, as you know.
Yeah, I've seen too many turnovers on the goal line in recent years for my taste. Fryman puts his head down, gets to about the 1 before he's pushed back. 2nd and goal.
That's okay. Hold on to that rock. You got 4 downs to get 1 yard. And the wing tee, I think we'll be able to do that.
I think. Unless we're in the playoffs at Lafayette in 2016 and you're half a yard into the end zone and nobody wants to give you credit for it. But anyway.
Bringing up a little heartbreak there, Cal.
Jeez Louise. Throw up my Thanksgiving dinner a day late. 2nd and goal. Back to 2022. Hickey, quarterback sneak, didn't get a very good push.
I think he got the second push.
And he got a little second effort. Behind the big center, Daniel Daff. They're going to mark it down right at the 1-foot line. Under 2 minutes.
I don't know about that. I mean, it might be a centimeter. Yeah, it can't be too much more.
Close, but no cigar. We'll try it again twice if we have to. You just give it to Fryman.
Yeah.
Just give it to Fryman. That's all I want. Hickey will try to sneak it in.
Down.
Did he lose the ball? I hope not. Or they're going to mark him down. It is going to be 4th and about 2 inches. They're trying to signal touchdown to no avail. Ethan Miracle trying to help the officials. They're not having any of it. Big play in the football game here. Either they score or they leave Franklin County 99 and 9/10 yards away from the end zone in a 0-0 game. Clock will tick under a minute to go in a fast-moving first quarter here at the BGO Battle of Elkhorn Creek.
You know, in reality, Cal, it's probably a win-win regardless, but obviously you want to
You want to score. I mean, it would be a shame at this point. Now I got a timeout, and McKee will talk it over. Now you've set the tone by running back-to-back quarterback sneaks here. Do you go back to Fryman? Do you figure Franklin County might be expecting you to go back to Fryman? I don't know. It's one or the other. It can't be anything else.
No, I would find Ledford, and I'd run away from
run
him.
the heck away from that number
That's
3.
what I would.
He is not to be toyed with.
Now on third down, because they're going to think we're a quarterback sneaker or a halfback. I would have tried the sweep on that. But fourth down, I don't know if you want to mess around.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you do that. You might outthink yourself a little bit trying something like that.
See how disciplined this defense
It takes too long to develop down on the goal line.
Yep.
This is a big, strong, experienced Franklin County defense. Many of the pieces have made 2 long runs in the 4A playoffs. Scott County looking for a long run in the 5A playoffs. Haven't been past the second round since 2018 when they were in 6A. Hopefully the new system gives them a chance to do more than that this year. Hickey will push it across.
Oh, flag.
Are you kidding me? Hold everything. There is a flag back here. False start. Now what do you do?
Unbelievable. Back judge. Well. Field goal. Wow.
That's a missed opportunity, but you got to try to put 3 on the board, I think, from PAT distance, basically.
Eli Lilly on the hold.
The kicker is Ian Stanley.
Got it.
He shanked it. That is not good.
That's pretty defeating right there.
Yeah, that is.
Almost unbelievable. But Scott County defense got to, you got to stand up right here. You can't let that affect you.
Nope. I think they're going to get the ball at the 20, so you lose the field, to some extent the field position advantage you had too.
As much as that sucks, you get a 3 and out right here. You're right back in field position.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta stop him. Your defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Yep.
Tough one as they had it in range, but it was from the left hash mark, and he hooked it to the right. 37.7 seconds remaining in this fast-moving, scoreless opening quarter. Gavin Hurst at quarterback for the Flyers. Caden Moorman in the backfield. Hurst will roll it and throw it on the run. Good catch. First down, Flyers out across the 30.
Galloway had some wheels on that. Felt like the safety was closing down on him. He just kept going.
Gilead Galloway, senior, 6'1", 185 at the Z position for the Flyers. They'll run at least one more play in this quarter. Which will be a handoff to Moorman, and not much there. Good pursuit and stuffed by a flock of Cardinals.
And that's the prototypical Coach Mike defense right there. Everyone to the ball. That was beautiful.
That's what they do best.
Going into the second quarter, 0-0.
Well, on some level, that's a victory. On another level, as we know from what we just watched, it's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, but it could always be worse.
as we saw with the third quarter running clock
Yeah.
and 2 catastrophic season-altering injuries last year. So, yeah. It just feels like a different sort of game. It feels like Scott County is better equipped to hang with this team and to dictate the pace. They only allowed them to run 5 plays in the entire first quarter. And, hey, one way you can deal with Caden Mormon is don't let him on the field. We've seen that at other levels of football too. You want to neutralize a good player, just win the time of possession.
Yep. I definitely think this defense has taken a step from last year, and it shows.
Franklin County will have 2nd and 8 from its own 34. Start this second quarter going from right to left on your screen. If you're listening to the audio, if you're watching, you can see. Hurst takes a snap, looks to throw. He's got Mormon, kind of a lateral. I guess they're going to call an incomplete pass. And we've got some more pushing and shoving. Cooler heads quickly prevail.
That was good
3rd and 8
right there.
Yeah, that was.
Made him rush it.
Scott County's got them well scouted out, I think. They've done a good job. Kind of, it seems like they know what's coming. Some first quarter stats. 66-12 yardage in favor of Scott County. Time of possession, 9:25 to 2:35. Those are the key numbers right now. Jacob Fryman, 8 carries for 35 yards. Hurst, quarterback draw. He's got lots of room. First down across the 45 before he stopped.
That was almost a legal motion there on Mormon.
Yeah.
Started running towards the line a little early right there.
Logan Jones and Jacob Blair made the stop, but not before Hurst moved the chains at the 46. Now they move it up to the 47. They spot the ball there. 11:34 to play in the half. Now we've got an official's timeout. Using up the play clock, ticks down to about 5. Now Hurst will snap it and hand off to Mormon across midfield. Trying to push the pile. Adams and others stop his progress.
Too many on first down.
Yeah, that's too much. 5-6. Second and 4 into Scott County territory for the first time are the Flyers of Franklin County. Coached by Eddie James. He has rebuilt that program in some fine fashion. Of course, as Coach McKee says, you win with players in this game, and he's got some right now. The work in the weight room and year-round certainly has paid off. Mormon, first down and more. Dragged down inside the 35. Elijah Adams, who's probably been in on a half dozen tackles already, makes the stop.
He saved a touchdown there.
Yes, he did, because Mormon had the head of steam that we saw him have going the other way last year.
Yeah, you can't let him get downhill quick, or that's what's going to happen. You got to stop his progress in the backfield, get a push.
New set of downs at the Scott County 34. Franklin County's got some downhill momentum right now. After essentially a goal line stand, stopped a couple of quarterback sneaks and then forced a missed field goal after a penalty. Quick throw off the fingertips of his intended receiver.
I think you heard some footsteps there.
Mr. Galloway knew someone was coming up to make the contact, and it's went high. 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 9:39.
I think Franklin County's getting a little cute right there. I mean, Mormon's finally finding
I
its
would
groove.
just pound the rock.
Yeah.
But what do I know? That's why I'm up here.
I think they'll go back.
I would think that's a safe bet on 2nd and 10. With a guy like him, that's as good as 1st and 10. Maybe that's why they felt the freedom to try a throw there. Interference for him, but now we've got a whistle.
That was a huge collision there by Elijah Adams and Ledford in the hole. It's a mano a mano.
Looks like they're going to mark it off. What do we got? Which way are we going? False start.
False start.
2nd and 15, and maybe that's not such a running down.
No, that helps a lot. When they bring Ledford in the backfield like that, you better
know what's coming.
It's coming downhill.
You're going to get hit
Yep.
repeatedly. The 1-2 punch. Ball is marked at the 39.
In those situations, that's where Paul Gardner and Dameron has to come up from the secondary because those middle linebackers are going to have to take Ledford.
Hurst under center for at least a moment. He's got company in the backfield, scrambling. Now he loses the ball, I thought. No, maybe he held on to it, but
Barely.
He's knocked down for no gain.
Maybe a loss. Loss of 1, 2.
Yeah, he got
That's
pushed,
a lot
he
of
got
running.
pushed back on this side. That's a lot of running
lot
for
of
a
running,
3-yard
yeah.
loss. Who was that got in the backfield and really
Jasanti
forced
Harmon.
his hand? Yeah, that's what we expect out of Harmon, the junior.
He gets off that line very quick.
6'1", 250, and he's all of that.
I've heard great things about him in this offseason. People just can't block him right now.
Yeah.
It's showing.
He had a lot of good things to say at the media day about the attention to detail that the team has had this summer compared to last year, and it shows so far tonight.
Oh, he's open.
Hurst, pump fake, now a throw, underthrow. Are they going to give it to him? I think they are.
Wow.
I don't know if he grabbed that off the turf or not, but Ledford has a first down at the 16.
They had the slot guy for a touchdown. He missed it.
Yep. And he checked down to his tight end, all 250 plus pounds of Peyton Ledford.
That's the tough part about trying to stop this running game is they have athletes to go catch it too.
Hurst will take his time in the spread now. Get 2 receivers to the left. Juice Robinson and Jason Collins. Handoff up the middle, straight ahead. Not a whole lot there. I don't think that was Mormon this time.
Looked pretty quick. No. 24?
Yeah, that's number 24. That is Christian Moore, a sophomore.
Had a little juice right there, though.
6 feet, 205, so no shrinking Violet himself.
No, definitely not. Got trips left right here. I would expect probably a draw up here to Mormon. Oh, he's Wildcat.
Yeah, we're going Wildcat. He's going to go to the right, away from the flood, and he is going to be taken down. Harmon, good pursuit.
Play. There was one man to make that play, and it was him, and he
was the guy. If Mormon loses him, he might be tiptoeing the sideline for 6. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 7.
It's a huge down right here, Cal.
Yeah, you'd like to keep them where they are and at least make it a outer range field goal. I mean, I don't know their kicker, but 29 yards. We've already seen 23 yards is not automatic.
Yep. See if Coach Monty blitzes here.
Mormon juggles the snap, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. And that's a big play again, as Franklin County's had some problems with the snaps on key plays and the snaps and the exchanges.
He's lucky he held on to that. He was slipping, fumbling, bumbling.
Bumbling, stumbling. It'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt.
And you know the Cardinals are going to come after it. There's never been a kick we haven't.
The kicker is Easton Powell, a sophomore. The holder is P.J. Marshall, a senior.
Coming in off the left side for the Cardinals.
And
Got it.
Good. Franklin County's on the board. Easton Powell, a 31-yard field goal with 6:07 remaining in the second quarter.
That's all right. That was a big stop right there. 3's a hell of a lot better than 7.
Sure is, with 6:07 to go.
Let's get a drive here of our own. Maybe all 6 minutes. Go up 7-3 at half. I think that sounds like a good idea.
That'd be nice. Use up all the time. Desante Harmon had a good defensive series there to really minimize the damage, keep it to 3 instead of 7.
See if Logan Jones and Buddy Collins communicate a little better on this kickoff. They ran into it.
Yeah,
they
were juiced up to start the game.
I think they both
of them
wanted
it badly to get into the flow of things quickly. They almost had a disastrous moment.
And that's a huge part in our return game because the other guy that doesn't catch it is the lead guy. He yells to everybody else go, so they know to wedge that wall. So if they're both going for it, no one's yelling it.
One thing Coach McKee said in his remarks to me in the preseason is you just got to be better in the kick game in all phases. And that was an example of what he's talking about. Powell will kick it off for Franklin County. They have the lead 3-0, 6:07 to play, second quarter.
If Buddy can get a lane right here, he can move. And Logan.
Bounces right up to the goal line, about the 1 where it's taken there. Return across the 20. Got some room here. Logan Jones wrapped up there. Finally, by number 13, Luke Toothaker.
25.
Got to the 25-yard line with 5:57 remaining in the half. So plenty of time for Scott County to go to work and grind it out here.
See if the Cardinals open up a little bit here. Maybe get a little in the passing game.
We saw their first play of the game was a little dump off. Ben
Yep.
Hickey hasn't thrown much after that.
They had that 1 third down that they threw a little out route to York, about a 15-yard out. And it was a good play, just a little up.
Yep, he threw it through his
you can
fingers.
definitely tell the arm strength's gone up since last year for the youngster.
Yeah, he's got some trajectory. Is that Fikert?
Yep.
Little fake to the fullback and scooting through the right side.
That's a great
Fikert, the
play call.
halfback. Gain of 8.
They were all over the fullback.
And again, when you got a fullback like that can keep people honest, it's going to open a lot of lanes for Hughley and Fikert.
Second down at 2.
Second 2, Hughley in motion. They'll hand it to Fryman. Fryman will get across the 35 on a first down with 5:20 to play in the half. Veteran offensive line, as we mentioned, that doesn't hurt at all when you want to do what Scott County wants to do. Pound away, control the clock. Hickey will throw. Has a man.
Stay up.
He keeps his balance and he's gone. The 30, the 20. It's a foot race. He gets knocked down inside the 5. Fumbles it out of bounds, but a huge gain for Isaac York.
That was a great catch right there.
60 yards to the Franklin County 4.
I was about a half a second away from going 6 the other way. That was a great job by Isaac York to fence him off right there and catch that ball. Great ball control by Isaac York. Go back to your bread and butter right here.
You got to pound it in this time. Fryman,
In
touchdown. Walk in for the junior. With 4:31 to play in the second quarter, Scott County has its first lead of the season.
Coach Clay McKee's out on about the 10-yard line just hyping up Andrew Hickey. He loves it.
Threw that one on the money, and then a great play by Isaac York to keep his balance here at about the 40. And he was gone. It did look like he had some fast guys coming after him, but he did a good job getting to the sideline. The PAT is no good, so it's 6-3. Some issues in the kicking game tonight.
Looked it left.
Three, your score. 4:31 to play in the half.
Well, we just talked about if they were going to try to open it up a little more on that drive.
Yeah, they opened it up.
They opened it up pretty good. That was a dart by Hickey.
Yep, right on the money. Right where his man could get it and turn and go.
It's almost what they call a cardinal route, about 12 to 15-yard hitch right there, right on the money. I think that was more of, just like a possession first down, let's get some yards, and that guy fell down. It's just York in the end zone at that point.
It's early, but this feels more like
this is a playoff
Scott County Cardinal football. And there aren't going to be many better, tougher teams on the schedule than Franklin County. I mean, you can talk about Douglas. They destroyed Bryan Station tonight, so that's down the road. Great Crossings, obviously, going to be a good opponent. But some of those teams last year that Scott County went on the road and had trouble with, I think are going to find coming to Georgetown is not going to be fun.
Nope. Maybe August 19th, but this feels like a playoff game.
Definitely an atmosphere tonight. That's going to be a touchback. So that'll make up for some issues in the kicking game. You can back up the Flyers to the 20, make them go 80 yards here with 4:31 remaining in the half.
You don't often see an offensive lineman kick it in the end zone.
No, it's a strong foot. Christian Rodriguez reminds me of Alberto Campos.
Yep.
He used to do the kickoffs too.
Loved old Alberto. Great guy.
He also wore that lineman's number,
yep.
94 or 90-something.
It's great to have the momentum and be all hyped up, and now you got to settle down and play defense.
You got to back it up.
Yep. Can't let them go in right here before half.
A little bit of a sweep and a change of direction there. Good gain of 5 or 6 for Mormon. They lined him up in a different spot there, and
it's what you got to do as an offense coordinator. Get your best player touches no matter how you can do it.
They like to show you a lot of things. We mentioned earlier that little play where they put Ledford in motion and have him block up the middle. Hurst rolls to the right. Good coverage downfield, and it's going to be a coverage sack, or he's pushed out of bounds a couple of yards behind the marker. Actually, that's a big sack. It's a 7-yard loss. I forgot Mormon gained quite a bit on first down. Loss back to the 19. It'll be third and 11.
Yeah, that's what you call a coverage sack right there.
Yeah, he had a man that he was looking for down here, and he had 2 red shirts around him, around midfield.
Big down right here.
Third and 11. You can't let him out of the trap here. You got
to stop right here. You get the ball back about 3 minutes.
And you've got some time, probably with good field position.
Yep.
And quarterback that's been throwing darts.
Franklin County timeout.
3:10 to play. They want to talk it over. Flyers are in a little different spot than they were close to halftime a year ago. You're right. Just the fact that it's dark, it feels like a playoff. It feels like just a warm night, and it's a little too warm for November, but it feels like November.
Yeah. Great crowd too.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You can't get much better than this.
Obviously, that's the beauty of this bowl game is the cities are separated by 20 or 30 minutes, and so no problem traveling.
You can split schools, but football still runs high in this town, and it
does.
shows for both games.
Yeah, there's people that have stuck around for both games, and why not?
Yep.
I mean, you get two for the price of one, $10. You're not going to get any better entertainment than that on a Friday night
Not
in this
one
town.
bit. 3rd and 11 here.
What do you do?
Going man-to-man out here, putting them on islands. But we've been doing it all game.
Hurst. Quick slant. Gets the first down and more. 40, 50. Across the Scott County 40 to the 35, where he's finally brought down. The ball's on the ground as Adams makes the stop. But that is a back-breaking gain of 46.
Just takes one missed tackle on man-to-man, and that's what happens.
There's another big gain for Mormon up the middle.
Gain of 9.
2nd and 1 gives you a lot of options with under 2:30 to play. And another timeout with 2:16 to go. Gosh, that was a big spot right there. 3rd and 11 on their own 19.
And it wasn't even like it was it was just like a 5-yard hitch pretty much.
He just missed a couple of tackles and he was on his way.
That was just letting your playmakers get out in space is what that was. And it worked.
They've got them. Galloway, Ledford, Mormon. Their numbers 1, 2, and 3, and their numbers 1, 2, and 3 for a reason.
This is where your defense has to be bend but don't break. You know, I mean that play that's tough, but you have to stay upright here and don't let them get in. If you can hold them to 3 or nothing and go into halftime, you have all the momentum coming out.
If you're tied 6-6 at the half, I think if you'd told Jim McKee that at the start of the week, he'd have taken it.
No doubt.
I think he would have known that meant he was dictating the pace of the game, the tempo. Oh, Hurst had trouble making the exchange, and he will be dropped for a loss.
Got a flag over here on Franklin County sideline.
Another sideline warning, probably. It always seems like it's a point of emphasis.
Maybe a legal substitution. Oh, no, sideline. Yep.
Ball is marked at the 29s. It'll be 3rd and 4. So, again, Franklin County's been its own worst enemy with the snaps and exchanges tonight.
We're going quads out to the right here.
Now they've got one in motion. Now Hurst will try to run that quarterback draw again. He will get the first down. He's got an angle to the 20 where he's taken down. Coming in, Kevin Vargas.
That's the second time they've ran that for a first down.
Logan Jones was there as well, along with Adams.
They go quads right, bring that guy in motion, and snap it, quarterback draw, because now you have nothing over here on the right side. You got one more blocker than you got defender.
Franklin County will use another timeout with 1:46 to play. 20 yards from the end zone, 106 seconds to get there. Plenty of time to do what they want, but they are down to one timeout.
As we know, that clock can run pretty quick with no timeouts.
McKee has used all 3 of his for the half.
I don't know what this coach over here for Franklin County is complaining about. He's got about 3 referees huddled up talking with him.
Is it a question about the sideline warning? Or
I would say so.
I mean,
how can you call that on me? That's what he's saying right now.
Boy, come on, guys.
I think Coach McKee gets one every single game.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be right if he didn't.
No, it would not.
Wouldn't feel like Friday night. Right at just inside the 20 by the Cardinal logo is where they will snap it. Hurst with Mormon in the backfield. Look to the sideline. And now we got flags. Back it up 5, I think.
Yep.
Is that one of those?
I think it was one of those wide receiver ones.
I don't know if maybe it was a mouthpiece. Sometimes they call that on the lineman if he doesn't have his mouthpiece in or something. It was weird.
Tried to get the defense jump. Got their own man.
1st and 15. That doesn't hurt.
That's just one of those disappointing plays if you're Franklin County.
Yeah. They have certainly not helped their own cause tonight. Hurst pass batted at the line, and it's a good thing because he had a man open over there.
Yes, he did.
But coming in, big Camp Keller, 300 pounds, got a mitt on it.
Logan Jones was playing off right there, man to man. Thought he was running to go, and he came back on a hitch. That would have definitely been, I'd say, a gain of 10.
Yeah, be charitable, conservative.
Yep.
No harm, no foul.
Nope.
2nd and 15. Nice play by Keller.
Does hurt that stopped the clock, but
now we have a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Scott County. What? Okay.
I didn't see anything.
Nobody up here saw anything. We're all mystified. I don't even know. That's going to cover it's half the distance. So it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 12. It won't be a first down. But it certainly helps Franklin County as they try to take the lead going into the half. They'll send Mormon in motion.
Elijah Adams, huge play in the backfield.
Adams drags down the second back through, who is Christian Moore.
He's a big man.
Used Mormon as a decoy there for the younger back Moore, who I'm sure will be the featured guy next year.
They definitely don't go off on running back.
That's a big play because after that 15-yard penalty, it makes it 3rd and a long 3. Again, if you can hold them to a field goal, you said that quite a bit earlier, and that's still a cogent point here. Hurst rolls, finds his man, taken down shy of the stick.
It's a great one-on-one play there.
I'd love to tell you who it was. Paul Garner gets Galloway at the 10. They'll mark it at the 11, and let's see what they do. 4th and a long yard. They're going to go for it. Mormon in the Wildcat. No! Oh. First man, he makes a miss. Tiptoes to the sideline, pushed out of bounds. I don't think he made it. I think he stopped at the 10. Big stop by the Scott County defense.
Great play there by Elijah Adams. There's no way he got there, right?
No.
They're arguing. No. Let's go. 31 seconds. Huge stop.
Was it Logan Jones on 4th down? I know it was Adams before that.
I believe, yeah, pushed him out. You just got to take a knee here, don't you?
I think so.
Going to halftime. You got 31 seconds on your own 11-yard line. What a stop for the Cardinals. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
I was about to say, Franklin County went a little hard there.
Yeah, that's a little different. A little frustration. Both teams got to kick themselves a little bit. They've each had a missed opportunity down near the goal line. Not as near this time as Scott County was with its.
But on the inch-yard line. Have to do it again.
Yeah. Say an offsides call is not going to change things here. The Cards, especially on defense, playing like they have a score to settle tonight. They will go into halftime, barring anything completely insane here, with a 6-3 lead. They only have to snap it once.
I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's taking so long here.
I don't know, but now the play clock's running down and they're out of timeouts. They just going to back it up?
I think he's
Take the
waiting
penalty?
until the last second so he doesn't have to snap again. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Is this like one of those Bill Belichick things?
Pretty much.
Just try.
There we go.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Loophole. A year ago, Franklin County won 43-14. Doesn't look like it's going to be that way tonight. Scott County will take a 6-3 lead into its halftime huddle. What do you think, Sam? I mean, I think the defense has played about as well as I could have ever dreamed about coming into this game.
100%. I mean, the defense has been by far the superstar of this team right now. Elijah Adams, Shanti Harmon. I mean, everyone's playing together. Paul Gardner's made some big plays. Logan Jones. I mean, everyone's playing together, rounding to the ball. And it's not like they're playing, just some not very good team out there. They're playing Caden Moorman and Ledford and everybody else, and they've completely shut them down. Like we talked about, it's big bend, don't break. And in high school football, if you can do that, you're going to win a lot of games. And as you know, Cal, when you want to have a good team, your best players are going to take you as far as you can go. And our best players on defense have led us so far.
Yeah, you want to see, and they are fired up down there. Coach McKee is definitely proud of the way his defense in particular. He'd probably tell you he's not happy with his offense necessarily, but Coach Monty's defense has stood up to be counted in this one.
The way Coach Monty's walking around right now, you would think they have 40 up on the board.
He's not satisfied.
He is not.
It's hard to get comfortable when you're playing against Caden Moorman, Peyton Ledford,
and I'll
Gilead
tell you
Galloway.
What, their quarterback has very impressed me.
Yeah, I like his command of the.
Hirsch is he's done a great job back there. He's commanded the huddle. He's scrambled. He's gotten two long third downs. He's had a few throws that are right off the fingertips.
Right. He's throwing them on the money, and he makes tough throws. I mean, he makes those throws toward the sideline where it's just kind of timing. Long way to go, 24 minutes in this one, but and Franklin County will get the ball to start the second half.
See if that defense can have another stop.
Halftime numbers coming to us from Steve McLean. We thank him. Yardage just about even, and plays just about even, despite actually time of possession even out there too. Franklin County actually has the edge, as they had the ball for most of that second quarter. 141 yards on 21 plays for Scott County, 131 yards on 25 plays for Franklin County. Moorman, 11 for 33, as they've dropped him for loss a couple of times. His longest run of the night has been 13 yards. Same goes for Gavin Hurst, who has 5 carries for 10 yards. Elijah Adams, they've credited him with 6 unassisted tackles, and that sounds about right, along with a sack. A.J. Wands with 4 tackles. Haven't mentioned his name much, but he's been getting in the mix as well. Luke Valencia, Paul Garner. Offensively, Hickey 2 for 3. That dime that he threw to York for 60 yards to set up the touchdown by Jacob Fryman, who has carried it 10 times for 42 yards. What I like about Scott County's running game is you see that loss column. There's not a lot in there. Fryman's been running ahead. Fikert's been plowing ahead. They only had that one loss by Hughley, but it's been Franklin County that's been having the negative plays so far tonight. Anything else stand out to you? It was obviously a half dominated by the defenses. The offenses put it in position a few times, but couldn't close the deal.
Yeah, Franklin County only having 14 more passing yards than us. So you don't see that very often.
No, that's not something. And they've thrown the ball quite a bit more. 4 for 7, 86 yards for Hurst. Galloway, 3 catches for 60. Ledford, 1 for 26.
But Andrew Hickey's been very efficient, 2 for 3 for 72 yards. Obviously, the York ball really helps, but, in the wing tee, you don't get to throw very often. You got to make the most of it. And speaking of Clay, he did a great job of that. He'd have about 6 throws a game and 4 touchdowns, Scott Daniel.
Yeah.
So you got to make the most of it.
You got to pick the right time to do it,
Yep.
and they did it there. Doesn't take long to summarize the scoring. All the points scored in about a minute and a half span with 6:07 to play in the second quarter. Easton Powell, 31-yard field goal for Franklin County to cap a 13-play, 66-yard, 6.5-minute drive. And that's when Scott County stormed back. The big pass play to York to set up the run by Fryman. Missed PAT, and that's where we're at, 6-3. Cardinals on top.
Cal, after that long third down conversion by Franklin County, Scott County's defense could have easily given up.
Oh, yeah.
And, just folded right there and let them score right before half. And they bowed their neck and had a huge stop right there. Being up 6-3 instead of down 10-6 going into halftime with Franklin County getting the ball out of half. I mean, I can't explain how much of a difference that makes.
You would take that and run with it if it was offered to you before the start. Especially after the first half last year. If you knew you were in that spot going into halftime, you'd take it.
No doubt. You can definitely tell Scott County's came out with a purpose and wants to show them that last year wasn't who we are.
Yeah, it was an uncharacteristic year. You'd had a run of double-digit win seasons, and I think Coach McKee knew with the schedule last year that was not as likely. A lot of tough games on the road. That early loss kind of fed them their humble pie. A lot of those games, though, just got away at the very end. And I think this team has the look of one that's got a lot more maturity and has now been through those battles.
They have that maturity and they have that young talent. I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but Scott County's starting several
sophomores, juniors. I mean, they've made use of that COVID year in a lot of cases.
Yes,
there's some guys that are a year older physically than their chronological year in school, and that makes a difference. It's you're dealing with young men between 15 and 18 years old. If you're a year older, that helps.
We talked about it last year. Campton came back, Campton Martin, and our whole offense all off season was revolved around him. He gets hurt first play of the game.
And then what do you do?
Exactly.
You throw guys like Hughley and Fikert into the fire, and they did fine, but you can see how much different it is this year.
And you have a freshman quarterback. So
and Tago Jones was hurt a lot of last season too, and the season before that. So
exactly,
they haven't really had that healthy backfield, and that Scott County hasn't been able to be Scott County on offense for a while. So
now they got those guys a couple years under their belt. I think Andrew Hickey's made a huge jump already.
You can see it with that throw tonight. My goodness, that was a laser.
And we've ran the same offense for a long time. And I've been a part of a lot of those practices. And Coach McKee's going to get them in shape. He's going to make sure we run it to perfection, and he'll get them there. He just needs guys to get a little older in the system, and they have, and it's shown obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes game reps. You can practice all you want, but once you get under those lights, it's a different thing. And all those guys have some experience, and they're a lot more comfortable in it.
We mentioned Scott County will be back here next week against Lafayette. and then they'll have a bye week, which comes early, but
That's a very early bye week.
it's I don't know. You take what you can get, as Coach McKee will tell you. The scheduling these days is not easy for a program like with Scott County's name recognition, being in 5A.
Used to be a lot tougher. We'd have to go up to Cincinnati.
I was going to say you'd have to play Moeller and Elder, and I think at one point they were going to play Elder in this 2-year cycle, and then it ended up being Lexington Catholic instead.
Yeah. That was a fun experience. Got to go play in the pit at Elder, and played at Cincinnati Moeller and LaSalle. All those programs are traditional powerhouses up in Cincinnati, and it really got us ready for the playoffs.
The Moeller win, which I think came the year after you graduated, which that's a game I'll never forget. Rainstorm delayed the thing for a good hour and a half, and just vintage Scott County football that night. Just grind it out, control the clock, and play. It's a lot like tonight's game, actually. Very similar.
Got the band out here together. What it looks like.
We got in the first game they had the Great Crossing and Western Hills bands, which you couldn't tell because they're all wearing green, and now we got the red and blue of Scott County and Franklin County. So always a nice touch here at the now second annual BGO Battle of Elkhorn Creek. Hope this is a continuing event. I mean, I can't speak for Western Hills and how much they'll want to be involved, and you don't really want to always lose by 40 or 50 in your opening game. But for this 2-year cycle, anyway, it's been good. Would love to see Scott County and Franklin County continue to play each other. I think
it's great.
It's a great natural rivalry as long as the two programs are on a similar level. Right now, they certainly are.
It would have just been so hard in years past when we were still 6A to play them, but now it's a
little different.
It's a lot different.
So how are things going to change now that they've broken ground on the new Scott? That's got to make you happy as a Scott County guy to know that there'll be some equal footing here coming up.
Yeah, no doubt. It's huge for Scott County because they not saying we don't have good programs or facilities or anything, because you look at our basketball arena. It's got to be one of the best in the state.
Good as anybody.
But for example, baseball and softball, like the Parks and Rec owns our facilities. We don't even own them. Right. So building this new facility, that would be great for Scott County and just a new school. It's not like our school's old or anything, but just to be on the same level field is.
I remember just a couple of years ago when they wanted to upgrade the lights, how many hoops they had to jump through to do that.
Yeah. So. I think it will just be great to be in control of your own facilities.
Should be coming in the fall of 2024 if all goes well. So,
and think about this. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time Scott County played at their own football stadium.
Yeah. Well, I was talking with somebody about that today. It's like even Toyota Stadium wasn't Scott County Stadium.
Ours, and I think we've played there since '97 up till they built this.
So it's a long time coming.
I think they went away with it when they built the new high school in '95 because that's where the old stadium.
I was going to say the stadium was on that spot where the high school is now. Yep. That's my understanding of it. So,
and where Scott Middle plays, that's just way too small to field.
Well, you wouldn't be able to build even a bowl like Elder has there.
Yeah.
There's just not enough room for seats.
So I think all that will be great.
Yeah. It's nice to have it all on one site and within a walk of campus.
I hope they add a little character to it. Obviously you got to be equal to Great Crossing,
but you want it to have your own stamp.
Yeah. But both schools will have great facilities, and that's good for the town.
Yep. And then going forward, it probably will level out enrollment, I would think, and both schools will have a lot to draw from.
It's quite different right now.
It's big. It's 6A versus 5A.
Yep.
Not right now, but certainly next year when they reclassify, it will be.
Yeah, I think Great Crossing is just over a little 1,800. I think we're about 1,200.
Yeah. And it really comes down to how many boys are enrolled. And I think it's like 601 right now at Scott County. So to have more than 100 playing football is quite a thing.
That goes to show the tradition in Scott County football, how much people want to be a part of it still.
And when you go to that situation, it also becomes more important to have these multi-sport athletes. I mean, you always were one, and you see many guys on this team that play baseball and football. They run track, they wrestle. So that also is a key to sustaining that success
Yep.
as a brand.
I think our coaches do a very good job of encouraging playing multi-sport athletes, playing more sports than usual. Sad thing about getting new facilities, though, no longer playing at Sutton Field.
That's right. That is a tradition that is hard to see go away, but it is. Boy, I got a lot of memories just in a short amount of time at that place. It's just
Me too.
so crazy. It just had a perfect game there this past year, Joseph Garrison, and against the fourth-ranked team of the state.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Some
The pouring
Some crazy things have happened on that field.
rain, some late-night finishes, and some giant rallies that came out of nowhere. Good stuff. Good stuff. Glad we got a game that's competitive here at halftime. As we said at the beginning of the night, it's hard when you build up an event like this and have all these people and all this pageantry and all the music and all the everything, and then you get two blowouts. But we've got one that's hopefully looks like it's going to go down to the wire, and we'll take it.
I definitely thought going into this game it was going to be a very.
I certainly expected a more competitive, just the pride factor, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier, but last year just doesn't happen for Scott County, So, I think they took that with some pride going into this game and into this season.
And you never make excuses. There are no excuses in sports. But if there was ever a night where Scott County could have, it was this game last year. A lot of things went wrong very early in the game that, just were hard to deal with. And I think when they bounced back pretty nicely, just didn't have the experience to close out some games at the end last year. We'll see how that bodes for them tonight, because if they're in that situation again, can they finish it in the fourth quarter?
I think that comes down to your leaders,
Yeah, and they've obviously got some. You're talking. We've mentioned Elijah Adams' name many times tonight, and we probably will in the second half as well. That's just somebody that lunch pail guy just goes and does his job.
Yep.
You need those.
You definitely got him at all three levels, especially on defense. You got, Jasanti Harmon, Cam Keller, and then you got Elijah Adams, and then you got Paul Gardner,
Logan Jones.
I mean, at all three levels, you have multiple guys that are senior led, or or juniors that are leaders already, and you need that. Player led teams are normally your best teams.
Mm-hmm.
You can have Bill Belichick down there, but if you don't got the guys to play.
Coaches in other sports will tell you that too. Steve Helton says that a lot. He says coach-led teams are not long for this world because players win games. So.
Yes, they do. And on offense, like we mentioned multiple times, Andrew Hickey looks to me like he's taken a huge step this year, not only in his progression and his throwing ability, but just as a leader also.
The confidence and just physically stronger.
Yep.
You can tell he stands taller out there.
He commands the huddle a lot better this year.
Yeah.
And
so you just don't see many freshmen starting at quarterback anywhere. Never mind for Scott County.
Yeah.
But that's a tough situation to be thrown into.
100%.
You grow up here and know what it stands for.
Yep. Especially with two older brothers going through the program.
Right.
And his older brother being the backup quarterback on the state championship game.
Exactly.
And Ellis Hughley and Thomas Fikert being a year older, I think they've really commanded that huddle a lot better also. And then, like you mentioned, we have an old senior line.
Yeah, Daff, Carpenter, Miracle. Who am I missing? Hall.
And Dawson.
And then you got one junior in the mix there.
Yep.
It's a group. Yeah, Christian Rodriguez, actually a sophomore. He's listed,
about the only one.
listed as the other one. But, you get
those boys are either offensive lines, you're going to get bullied or you're going to bully them. And they've done a good job of hitting them in the mouth first.
Yeah, I think that was a missing piece last year at times.
And that's what the wing tee runs through. You can have the best backs in the country, but if you got no one to block for them, it's going to be tough for you.
And they have to block together. It's very much a unit.
Yep. Everything runs together in the wing tee. I don't think a lot of people understand that.
No, because most people, it's not an offense they give a lot of thought to.
Nope.
But,
and that's what we were talking about with Peyton Ledford. He, on most defenses, all this misdirection, and you got to be so assigned to your key that most people just try to follow the ball and they have no clue where it's at, and that's why we have so much success.
Yeah.
But with him, and it's Franklin County defense in general, they've been coached very well to read their keys, and that's the only way you're going to stop a wing tee offense. And they have stuck very well to it.
Just announced that the play clock is going to be kept on the field in the second half. I noticed some weirdness with it tonight. It would stay frozen and then move every 2 or 3 seconds.
I think that was one of the problem with the knee at the end.
Yeah. So they're going to do away with that and keep it on the field. They'll do the 5-second signal, I'm sure, and 5-second warning. It's one of those luxuries you don't realize you have until it's gone. I mean, I don't think I ever saw an actual physical play clock at a high school game until I moved to Kentucky. But, you get the best of the best, so you just get used to it. But it's something they have ways around it, so they will go without it for the second half as Rodriguez gets set to kick off.
See what he can do here.
Kicked it in the end zone once. And
a little coffin corner, too. I mean, it barely got in that end zone.
He was close to.
If he could have that and it stick about on that 1 yard line, that'd be beautiful.
Mormon and Galloway back there. You want to kick it away from them at all costs. I'd rather start them at the 40 than kick it to them.
No doubt. Wishful thinking.
Yeah. If you could just kick it through the end zone again, that'd be great. Yeah, not going to get there. Juggled at the 10.
He's got a lane.
He's got a head of steam and a lane, and that's what I was afraid of. Gilead Galloway is gone. 90 yards. Franklin County leads. Just had a feeling.
Yep. That was about the worst thing that could have happened there.
Worst case scenario. 17 seconds into the half. Franklin County back on top. So the second half kickoff.
See if we can get it.
Return for a touchdown in both games tonight.
Try to keep it to 3 right here. Got it.
Kick is good by Easton Powell, and your score is Flyers 10, Cardinals 6, 11:43 to play, third quarter, and that lets a little air out of the balloon. But now if you're Scott County, you've had some ups and downs tonight. You got to close the ranks and say, let's have a good drive here and do what we've been doing.
Yeah, it definitely hurts, but you got a lot of time left, a lot of game.
Special teams coach Mike Davis, hands on hips, not happy right now.
Not a happy camper. And if you know Big D, there's a lot of stuff being said down there right now.
Oh, yes. We know. We will not say them on the air, but we will only speculate, having stood down on that sideline many nights. Yeah.
Let's get one of our own right here.
Yeah, that's the best way to fight back. At the very least, get yourself some good field position, shorten the field, and
no doubt
punch it in again. As we mentioned, some explosive guys in their own right back there with Jones and Collins. Collins, 5'10", 170 pounds, sophomore. Jones, 6'1", 170 pounds, senior.
Taking off for Franklin County, Mason and Powell back for Scott County, Logan Jones, Buddy Collins.
Collins had a D1 offer before he even played his first varsity football game. You got to love that.
Looks like he's going to get an opportunity here.
He will at the 6.
Oh,
Across the 25 where he's taken down.
guy got blocked right into him. I thought he had a lane right there.
Mormon on the coverage, along with another big body, Jaquan Crawford, looks like. Ball to 27 to start the first series of the second half for the Cardinals. They trail 10-6 on the 90-yard kick return touchdown by Gilead Galloway. They will grind it up the middle with Fryman, who will
about the
drag people for a couple of yards.
That was a tough earned couple yards.
Yeah. Paid his dues for those. But forward motion, 2nd and 8. Too many times the past couple of years, they've gotten in bad down and distance situations. Losses on first down, penalties. We've not seen that tonight, which is good. Hickey, quick throw. Good catch. Across the 30. Close to the 35, taken down there.
Had that one guy to beat. That was a good open field tackle there. Still gained a few, but great open field tackle.
Eli Lilly with the catch to the 34, 3rd and 3.
Made it manageable there, though.
Big spot here for the Cardinals as they want to answer the bell. Fryman, first down and more across the 40, the 45. It's up close to midfield before he's taken down.
That was beautiful.
By Emmanuel Smith.
I'd say about 9 out of the 11 guys for Franklin County had no clue where that ball was right there.
Nope, that is perfect wing T offense right there. Misdirection, fakes, and then just plow it up the middle.
That's where that's Buddy Collins. He's gone. I don't think many fullbacks are gone right there, though. But great gain.
No. We've had some fullbacks. Austin Barnett was one that could break.
He was an athlete, no doubt.
But not probably Jacob Fryman.
Great run, though. Back to him.
14 yards to the 48. He'll gain a couple, get right up to the 50, where Ledford knocks him down.
He's hard-nosed. I like it.
Yep.
It's what you got to have as a fullback in this offense.
Doesn't shy away from the punishment.
Not one
you're gonna get repeatedly.
Kind of reminds me of Noah Hughes.
Yep.
Did you cover Noah Hughes?
I did not, but I've heard stories.
That man was a bulldozer and loved contact. He'd come right at you.
That's what you want.
Second down and 8.
2nd and 8 from the 50. Hickey will throw it. Slant, caught. First down at the 40.
That ball is coming out of his hands so much better this year. It looks beautiful.
Isaac York with the catch and another frozen rope from Andrew Hickey. First down at the 41.
I don't think York caught that ball. I think the ball caught him. That hit him right between the numbers, right on the turn.
Sometimes the ball catches you.
Got a good drive going right here.
Yep. This is what you wanted in response to the special teams breakdown. 9 minutes to play, third quarter. Cards trying to chase the lead again. Here's the sweep to the right. Not much there as he cut it back a little early.
Yeah,
tripped up after a gain of 2 is Fikert.
They looked. Do they look a little lined up off sides to you on that defensive line?
Maybe 2. It's worth keeping an eye on.
I think their coach has told that D line just try to blow it up.
Number 75 is a big dude. J.J. Arden. He's listed at 300, but I'm thinking that's being.
It's being a little generous.
Yeah. 5'10", 300. Another fake to Fryman. Hickey looks to throw. He overthrows him this time. Good coverage by Juice Robinson.
Didn't really have him open there. Franklin County read that a lot better.
Tried to find York again. It's been his favorite target tonight, no question.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. Clock stopped at 8:11 to go, third quarter.
On the 38.
See if you can. I don't mind giving it to Fryman here and giving yourself a manageable 4th down.
They're playing awfully off Lily out there.
And instead, they're going to give it to the second man through. It's Fikert. He gets up to the 35, so that'll be 4th and 5. They faked it to Fryman. Now what do you do?
It's a tough spot. 4th and.
You're not going to punt.
No.
You know, you got to come up with your best. What's your best play on 4th and 5?
Traditionally, I would say the sweep.
Yeah, I just don't know.
But I don't know right now.
I know against this.
I tell you, if this corner plays this far, well, he's on the short side of the field. The last few plays, Lily's been on the long side of the field. That guy's playing about 15 off.
Fourth and 5. Oh, they got him to jump. And the press box goes wild.
I was about to offer that up. Clock running. Coach McKee didn't seem too happy down there. He kind of looked up at the press box, started yelling. I think the clock was running right there. I think they fixed it. It's rolling again.
I want all the clocks to malfunction here tonight.
Well, that was huge. Now you got 1st and 10 at the 30. About 7 minutes left here to go in the third quarter.
Fryman plows ahead for a couple of yards. A little second effort gets him. No, they're going to give him his second effort? Yeah, 27. 3-yard gain.
Does this remind you of your childhood, Cal? 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
3 yards in a cloud of dust. A little bit from my era, yes.
Hey, but
some of that 80s NFC football, John Riggins.
Against a good defense like Franklin County here, though, that's what you got to do. Stay ahead of the chains. You can't go backwards. You get 3 yards 3 times.
Quick throw from Hickey. This side gets across the 25, but not much there for Eli Lilly.
That's what I was talking about the plays prior. He was a little more up on that, and we were coming back to the short side of the field.
They'll give him the 24. It'll be 3rd and 4.
That arrow can be so deadly because normally the teams try to play it's just man-to-man and they play off, and you always got your wing back coming in motion to take that guy out. So if this wide receiver can make one guy miss, you're at least getting 10 to 15 yards. Or gone. 3rd and 4.
I like Fryman here. Nope, they're going to run the other way with Hughley. Side to side, made a man miss, got to the 21. It's going to be 4th and a long yard.
That's a tough spot. Thought he got a little closer than that. I'd go back to the 3 count here. See if you can get him again.
Might get him to bite. This early in the season, you never know.
It's 4th and 1. I think you got to feed your.
I think you got to let the big dog eat. Down to 5:04. It'll be below 5 minutes before they snap it to go in the third quarter. Cards trail 10-6.
I'd go 3 on the count. If they don't bite, go Elijah right up the middle. Excuse me, Fryman.
Fryman plows ahead. I don't know. Second effort, did he move the stack? And then where do they mark it? I don't think he got it.
I think the guy on the far side's got a closer spot than
the handoff took a long time to develop.
This near guy. It did, didn't it? Both teams seem to think gonna measure.
Just don't think he got a good enough spot. I think he had to get to the 20.
See, and that's what I was saying. The guy on the far side, he was almost on the 20, but this guy, he's a little short. But I'll take that guy's spot since it was right in front of him. I can't see over there.
Yeah, there was a massive humanity around it. You'll be able to tell from the celebration, Franklin County, as I suspected, Gets the stop on downs, just shy of the 20 with 4:38 remaining third quarter. So Cards got to get a stop now. Franklin County hasn't been on offense this half. That's a time-consuming drive of 7 minutes that came up empty.
I'd say they let the big dog eat back there right now. You got a lead. It's getting late in the third. Feed your man.
It's Mormon time if you're Franklin County, I would think, for sure. He's the lone setback. They'll give it to him.
Right up the middle. He's bouncing off tacklers.
Broke the first tackle. Couldn't break the second. Somebody got him around the ankle. Gain of 4. Call it 3. 2nd and 7. Dameron and Collins on the stop. Original line of scrimmage is the 21, so gain of 3 from Mormon, who was contained in the first half to 33 yards. He'll get it again. Head of steam to the 30. Stop there. Call it the 29. 3rd and 2. I'd say you keep feeding him.
Yeah. If he's going to get that much every down.
Blair and Valencia made the stop. Hurst under center. Ledford looks like he'll be blocking for Mormon.
I expect him and Adams meeting this hole. Oh, it's a false start.
He moved early. He absolutely moved early. He pushed the stack past the 31. No flag.
Yeah, I see the back guy.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Okay, good, because he did.
He threw it at the feet, though. You can't see it right now. He definitely called it.
He jumped early.
Called a legal motion.
Yeah. Whatever the case, it was not.
Whatever the case, move it back 5.
Not allowed. And we'll take it.
No doubt. What's that make it? About 3rd
and 7.
Huge down here.
You got to get a stop. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. You got to get a stop and then a time-consuming drive that gives you the lead about midway through the 4th.
Got trips right. Ledford over to the right. Coming in motion. Watch quarterback draw here.
Yep. Exactly. Hurst.
Got him.
Great read.
Who is that? What a play in the backfield. Luke Valencia? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Great play by Luke Valencia coming off the edge.
Valencia, who at one point I think didn't even know if he was going to play football this year, but thank God he decided to.
Came blitzing right off the edge right there. Met him in the backfield. I don't even think Hurst ever saw him.
No, he came from the back. Never
kind of played cowboy on him, jumped on his back. See if we can get after this punt. Came pretty close the first time. Oh.
And it will bounce.
Get out of the way, Peter.
It will take a Scott County bounce, and the Cards will begin in Flyers territory.
Well, that was great by the defense. You couldn't have asked for anything better outside of a turnover, but
1:47 to play, third quarter.
But if you're Coach McKee, you got the ball in their territory still in the third quarter. You got to feel pretty good right now.
Ball at the 46. Cards just need to finish drives. They've got a couple come up empty. One down at the goal line, another just shy of the red zone moments ago.
I think that gave the offensive line just enough rest right there to be a little little feisty here.
They'll run it wide. Oh, a gadget play. Wide open is Lilly. Who threw
horse
it?
collar.
Who threw it? Was it Hughley?
I believe it was Hughley. I cannot believe they didn't call a horse collar down there.
No.
He got dragged down out there. Ran a sweep pass to the wide receiver. I'm going to be honest with you, Cal. I've been a part of this program since I was a little kid. I don't think I've ever seen that play.
Nope. Down at, where are they going to mark it? Did they call a penalty?
I don't. They're talking over something. I never saw a flag, though. What? They're moving it back on Scott County.
They called a penalty on Scott County. It was a celebration?
It had to have been. Unbelievable. Either way, going to be 1st and 10 on the 22.
Scott County.
$138 to play. That's costly. Still put yourself in a good situation, though. Ball at the 22. They'll run outside off right tackle. Little pitch play. It's Hughley.
That's the first time they've ran tag tonight. That was a good wrinkle.
Get it to the 16. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Coming down on a minute in the 3rd quarter here.
Crunch time. Got ourselves a good one. Fryman up the middle.
First
inside
down.
the 10. 1st and goal at the 7.
Running over, guys. That's winning football right there by Fryman. Oh, he's a little shaken up after that one.
Oh, boy.
Got hit in the rib cage. I just don't think he can breathe very well right now. I hope. Got the wind knocked out of him. 33 comes in. Kanye Garrett.
Sophomore, 5'6", 155. Not as big a body.
Coach, he doesn't like it. Calling timeout. I don't blame him there. Let your guy get a breather.
Yeah, maybe you give Fryman a minute to get over whatever it was. That's a good timeout.
I agree. You're way too close.
There was no injury timeouts.
No,
he doesn't have to sit out a play.
No.
Yeah, he's back on the field. Fryman's
you're
fine.
You're on the 9-yard line, 1st and 10. You got to keep feeding your guy. Don't take a chance on someone that hasn't even been in the game yet.
No. Fryman back in the huddle, and they'll talk it over on what could be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
I would say it will be the way we.
Yeah, unless something weird happens. They could throw it, I guess.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, they could score.
Or you can get pushed out of bounds.
That's right. A lot of things
could happen. We just decided not to think about.
Just try to control the game with our thoughts here.
I'd take a touchdown.
I was going to say, well, I think you take him any way you can get him here. Ball's marked at the 8. 4 plays to punch it in here.
Seeing a lot of fades in this situation. I don't know if we're getting it here, though.
Fryman to the 5, spins to the 4. 2nd down.
He just never got his momentum going there. He did all he could to gain a few, but that's going to take us to the 4th quarter. Well, I thought it was going. We got an official timeout.
I'm told it was Luke Valencia on the option pass.
Really?
His dad corrected me.
Hey, you got to be proud of your boy, you know? My dad would have done the same thing. You got to feel good right here. Going into the fourth quarter, you're down 10-6, but you got it on the 4-yard line. You got all the momentum right now. And this gives Fryman another chance to get a breather here.
So it was a flanker option, I guess we can call it, with Valencia, because it's not really a halfback per se.
Either way,
Yeah.
we gained a few yards there. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Spaghetti Cardinals dance team.
We're going to have a little dance team exhibition.
I was trying to think,
Occupy
Cal,
this.
and we tried to run something very similar when we played at Cincinnati LaSalle in 17. And we were doing it with Cooper Robb because he was our backup, and we brought him in, and it got blown up, and he still somehow dumped it off to Fryman, and we gained quite a few yards, but it looked ugly, I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I've ever seen close to that, and it looked a whole of a lot prettier.
Interesting score from elsewhere in the state tonight. Madison Central defeats Lexington Christian 38-34.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Indians.
How did bowling do?
What's that now?
Or LCA's quarterback.
Oh, that I don't know. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. Fryman up to 75 yards on 17 carries. Mormon 41 on 13 carries. I don't know how Valencia is
Has
2
two.
for 2 passing.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But we'll say whatever. Probably because Hickey threw one after that and they didn't change the quarterback in the play-by-play or something. We're in the end zone, baby.
Glad we
That was a quick snap.
Yes, it was. Ellis Hughley
This time it's Ellis Hughley.
going for 2.
This time we can see the number.
Keeping the offense out there.
Don't want to take any chances in the kicking game. Plus, you give a chance to get a 4-point lead, and then they need a touchdown.
You're also risking them just being able to kick a field goal here. I guess you like your options.
Yeah.
See what we got dialed up here.
Handoff.
Oh.
Nope. He faked it to Fryman, threw it the other way. Did he grab it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. 14-10, baby.
A throwback pass all the way to Lilly in the other corner of the end zone.
Hickey, probably off his back foot from where he threw it.
That ball was in the air for it felt like 20 seconds.
And that is huge.
What a catch by Lilly. We talked about Ledford getting it off the turf earlier. That was about as close as
he picked it right there.
Cards take the lead 14-10 with 1:54 left. Or, excuse me, 11:54 left. And the fight song is playing loud. Now we got to cover this kick. Or just like you talked about, kick it out of the end zone.
Yeah, that'd be better. Kick it somewhere. Do not kick it to a guy wearing a single-digit number on his jersey. Thank you.
That would be nice. Okay, Coach McKee in the huddle now. That's how you know it's getting serious.
Yeah, we're getting down to crunch time here.
When he gets in that special teams
He's
huddle.
starting to feel it.
It's a huge game. Not only start your season off,
just
but
to build some momentum for what you know is going to be just game after game, just like this. I mean, there's going to be.
And Franklin County's picked pretty high up in.
I mean, they're
in
considered a
4A,
top
right?
10 team in the state,
Yeah,
regardless of
overall,
class.
yeah.
So there you go.
Gotta stay on sides here.
They'll just squib it,
little,
which is probably.
Oh, we call an offside. What we do here? Offsides.
No, we got a flag.
My guess is offsides for them to blow it dead. I didn't see anybody though. That's a good kick. Well, that's what it was. Coach Key doesn't seem too happy about it. He's down there arguing. I'm beyond.
In either case, it's going to back up 5 yards,
Yeah.
and they're going to do it again.
I didn't really see anyone.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and it has to be out of the ordinary for them to call it.
Right.
That's not something you normally see unless it's just blatantly obvious.
They will do it again. Picked up at the 40. They're going to get great field position out of the deal, but at least it's not a touchdown. Shy of midfield, Hunter Gottschall taken down.
That was a great job by him to field that. He came pretty close to letting that go right off his face mask.
And here's the deal. I mean, it's giving them good field position, but you have every reason right now to feel confident in Coach Monty McIntyre's defense. It has stood tall all night long. You got to do it again a couple of times, at least.
Either Santi Harmon changed his jersey number right before the game or something. It looks to me like he's wearing 8 out there.
That's what he's listed on my roster.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. There's a little screen to Ledford.
Oh, goodness. He's got the sideline.
And he can just run over people. He gets it down to the 22. That's a 30-yard gain. We've got an injured Cardinal, cramp, it looks like.
That's a big man running down the field.
Yeah, good luck tackling that by yourself.
The thing is with him is he's huge, but he also has very good athletic ability to move and cut. Franklin County going a little hurry up.
Yeah. Oh, Hurst is going to keep it. Great fake to Mormon. He sold it well. It'll be 1st and goal. He's taken out at the 5. So in short order, 2 plays, only a matter of seconds, Franklin County has taken it to the shadow of the goal line once again. Chance to break out on top one more time and force Scott County to put the ball in their court. They'll mark it at the 4.
At Ledford in the backfield.
Guess who's getting the ball?
Oh, great play.
Mormon grabbed around the ankles again by
still going.
number 1 against number 1.
I tell you what, Mormon does not go down easy.
No. Adams isn't going to do it by himself most of the time, but at least if he can hold him up.
He keeps meeting him in the backfield. Good things are going to happen for the Cards.
2nd and goal from the 3. 11 minutes to play in regulation. 14-10 Scott County.
I think that's what you got to do, Cal, in this situation with their people. You got to just sell out for the run here. If they throw a fade on you or whatever, you got to live with it. But I think you just got to sell out for the run right here, which looks like that's what we're doing.
Got single coverage for Galloway over here. Hurst is going to run the other way and keep it. He's going to get the corner and score. Franklin County on top, 10:32 to play.
Oh,
wait a minute. Is it a celebration penalty?
I think
Flags came in late.
I think it might be after the play. Especially since multiple flags. Let's just hope it's on them.
Could affect the PAT.
They called offsetting.
No, okay. Whoop-de-doo.
Offsetting penalties.
Well, the good news is there's still 10:32.
That's a lot of time. Or in Scott County's offense, they could run that entire time.
They
and
could,
score
easily.
with 2 seconds left.
We talked about it earlier the other way. You block this or they miss it, field goal wins it for you.
Something that Scott County has done well over recent years and throughout history, but they don't get to that one. The kick is good by Powell.
It's all right.
17-14.
Plenty of time.
10:32 to play in this one. Franklin County fans are back into the game along with their band.
Yes, they are.
Now we turn it over to the Scott County offense and see what they can do. You're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't on that kickoff. If you kick it deep, you run the risk of Mormon or Galloway running it back on you, but you do put them in a very good position.
Yeah,
giving them the ball at the 50.
Yeah, it didn't help that we had a offsides penalty too. Moved us back even further.
I'd rather just kick it out of bounds and maybe they say we'll take the ball at the 35 or 40 or wherever they mark it in high school. Of course, they could take the penalty and then you have to do it again. You could just be in this situation all night. So there's a lot of factors. Bottom line is they've got some guys that make you think twice about what you do, and sometimes no matter what you do, you're in trouble.
You got to be careful here if you're Scott County. Okay, kicked it deep.
He will kick it through the end zone.
Good kick.
Scott County will be 80 yards away from the lead when it takes over.
You just got to think, first game of the year, it's still hot out. Your offense has gone on many long drives. How much more do they have left in them?
Right.
Especially the big boys up front.
Still 71 degrees at 10:52 on a Friday night. So at this point in the game, everybody's still tired.
Especially in the wing tee when just every play is a battle.
It's a grind. But
I think they got him in him.
It's what
you practice for. It's what
you
out
do
there.
it. That's why you put on that jersey. Fryman, not a lot there. Pushes ahead for a couple.
Ledford's just so good.
Yep.
As soon as we think we got some daylight, he meets him in the hole. Have you seen anything about his recruitment?
No, I mean, Coach McKee was paying him a lot of compliments. I think I heard Army mentioned in there. It's not
a perfect spot.
He looks like an Army player.
Yes, he does. Hard nose.
Juggled by Hickey. Now batted at the line of scrimmage. Caught, thankfully, by Scott County to save the day.
Goodness gracious.
And it will end up being no gain. Maybe Hughley even pushed forward for a yard on the reception. That could have been bad.
Yeah.
3rd and 7.
Hickey fumbled the snap and just kind of panicked, tried to get it out of his hand.
And they got it knocked down. Number 26 for Franklin County got in there with a mid. John Griffin.
It's a huge 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, you give them the ball back in the lead.
Yeah.
Guy that can grind out first downs like Caden Mormon. Hickey to throw. Finds his man.
Got
First
Hughley.
Down. Hughley across the 35.
Hickey is just laying it on him tonight. Beautiful pass.
9:04 to play in regulation.
And that
Cards trail by 3.
That takes a lot in you to sit back there on 3rd and 7 like that and just drill someone
'Cause
right.
They're expecting pass, I think, for the most part.
You got
So
to.
you can only sell so many fakes and buy yourself enough time.
And good job by the offensive line right there holding it up. Because like you just mentioned, he had to go through about 3 different fakes right there just to get to the pass.
Ball at the 36.
Fryman
to the 45. 2nd and 1 after a gain of 9. Pushing 100 yards now in what is essentially his varsity debut. He probably got some fourth quarter time a year ago.
Getting down to 8 minutes here. 2nd and 1.
I mean, best case scenario, as we said, use up a lot of time and score.
Score a touchdown with about 5 seconds.
They say in basketball, time and score. Fryman, first down.
Looks like he got sniped at the goal at the
He got tattooed, but just in time.
All we needed was one. He got about
Ledford wasn't letting him get more than a couple, but a couple was just fine there. Ball at the 48, fresh set of downs for the Cards. 7:40 and running. Flyers 17, Cards 14. It's been a beauty here at the Battle of Elkhorn Creek. Fans have enjoyed it. We hope you have at home. Toss left across midfield.
Oh, good move.
Hughley to the Franklin County 42. Close to another first down.
I questioned their juice, and that offensive line got out there quick on that pitch.
A lot of pride and a lot of seniors, as we mentioned.
It's the kind of drive you want as a senior. Start your season out, go on about a 9-minute drive to win the game.
Fryman again to the 40, across the 40 to the 38. Gain of 5 and another Scott County first down. 6:40 to play. Both teams are a little gassed. Franklin County has got some big boys on the defensive side.
It's about the first time I've seen Ledford with his hands on his hips.
Yeah.
Boy, that man's putting his heart out there every play.
Sure is. Now what do we get?
I think Franklin County
Stoppage in
timeout.
play. Eddie James wants a timeout.
That's a smart timeout, I think. You can tell your defense starting to drag a little bit. Get them a break. Talk to them.
$6:15 remaining.
Clay and Coach McKee having a little discussion down there, what they want to do. You're in a good spot here. You're not at the point where you need to panic or hurry yet, but you still want to have a little pace. In a good position. We got 2 timeouts. Am I correct on that?
Says so on the board, 2 for each.
Good. We need to use those wisely.
Yeah. Don't want to have to burn one for something silly.
Yep. Main thing here, Cal, stay ahead of the chains. No stupid penalties. Hold on to the football.
They've done a fantastic job all night. I don't want to jinx it, of not getting in bad down and distance situations. It has been flawless in that regard up till now. Maybe one time they had second and more than 10 or third and more than 10.
Just got to keep it going. Like we talked about, 3 yards is okay right now.
Fikert in motion. They'll run the sweep with York. 30, 25, down to the 21.
was interesting.
I didn't see that one coming. They've got some weapons, and they're not afraid to use them in unique ways this year.
No, sir. I think Clay's brought a lot to this offense.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We're seeing some new ideas, new variations on an old theme.
Yep.
And then sometimes that's what you need. And, kudos to Coach Jim McKee for, realizing that and giving.
He's a smart man. He
he
knows.
He understands.
He knows what it takes to win. At some point, I wouldn't be shocked to see Hickey keep that.
Yeah, I thought maybe he did there, but Fryman bowled across the 20, barely across the 20 for a gain of a couple. Clock rolling, and it's an interesting situation because it's your best friend and could be your enemy at the same time right now. 5:13 and counting.
I think they might just be concerned on, a mishap on the handoff, or you know what I'm saying. And why not just keep doing what you're doing? Run the sweep, and then let Fryman run it down their throat up the middle.
Toss.
Oh,
tripped up after a gain of maybe 3 is Hughley.
I think he had a lot more there, Cal.
He might have been gone. I don't know if the turf monster came up and bit him, or
I think he might have got stepped on by his own guy.
They'll mark it at the 17. It'll be 3rd and 5.
4:25 remaining.
It's been a game of long marches for both teams.
We need to get this to manageable here if we don't get it.
Quick throw to the right. Well read by the Flyers, maybe a yard. York made the catch, but it's 4th and 4. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 17. 4th and 5. No gain. Now what?
That's a good question. Very good question.
Those 2 timeouts are going to be important if they don't get it here.
Especially with it going down near to 3 minutes.
In danger of being stopped on downs, essentially for the 3rd time tonight, if you count the missed field goal earlier. They'll run the sweep.
Got the reverse.
He's got the corner across the
First
10
down.
to the 5. 1st and goal, Cardinals.
We just talked about some not gadgets, but new ideas. That's another one right there.
Did we see who ran
I think
the
it was
ball there?
Fikert.
I thought so too.
I think
just
Fikert
wanted
came back in motion.
I wanted a second opinion. I've already miscredited a flanker option pass tonight.
Faked it to Fryman, faked it to Hughley, then back to Fikert on the sweep. That was a pretty play, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Nope.
First and goal from the 6.
Fryman pounds it up the middle. Touchdown. Cards lead.
.230 left. Touchdown, Scott County. Wow, Cal.
Woo.
It's becoming a great one.
Hope y'all got some popcorn left.
This line needs to hold hard right here. Talk about an important extra point. Oh,
No, they botched the snap, and that is huge because now Franklin County, who's proven they have a good kicker, needs only a field goal to send it to overtime.
Well, the offense did their job.
Yeah.
Defense has done their job all game.
Now you got to just keep them away.
Keep them away.
Keep them away from, I'd say, you don't want them anywhere near the 25. I
No.
think that guy's probably got that much range.
And
You
regardless,
could probably
that
make
doesn't
it
beat
from
you.
40. No,
So-
at least you put yourself
Yeah.
in a position, to at least take this to overtime and take your chances.
I know we talked about it. You don't want to kick to him, but I think you just got to try to blast this thing in the end zone and trust your coverage. I mean, I know it,
Yeah, that's right.
I just don't think you in this.
Unfortunately, now we got to kick to him,
Yeah,
don't we?
I just think in this situation, squibbing or onsiding just doesn't really help you
Yep, I think you got to.
because you're going to give them way too good field position.
I think you got to make them drive the length of the field here, if possible.
I agree. And that's why, like you said, it's all about pride. That's why you practice. Like, you got to go down there and cover right here.
Christian Rodriguez just got to find a little bit of extra oomph here after that touchdown. A little adrenaline and knock it through the end zone.
Stay in your gap right here. Do your job.
Two minutes and 30 seconds feels like an eternity, but that's how close the Cardinals are to one of the most satisfying regular season wins in a while.
This is the most important kickoff thing I've ever watched. Well, it definitely tried
Hey, kick it deep to the 15. It's Galloway to the 40.
Well, not much difference.
No, I
but
mean, if you kicked it out of bounds, that's right, being you actually drained a few seconds off the clock. So
now you just got to rely on this defense.
say they've conservatively at least got to get 35 yards. So,
And I won't say that they're going to completely go away from the run, especially with a UK commit back there, but you got to expect them to start opening up a little bit.
both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, 2:23 to play in regulation. Scott County 20, Franklin County 17. Flyers ball at their own 40. Hurst all alone in the shotgun. Now he's got a back.
False start.
Yep, false start. A lot of movement before the snap and a lot of what seemed like confusion.
Well, both teams are pointing at each
Well-
other. See who they're calling it on.
They're going to march it against Franklin County.
Good.
1st and 15.
It's big. See what Coach Monty dials up here.
Deuce is wild. 2:22 to play.
Got 2 safeties over top. Oh,
Quick
swing it
throw.
out.
Great
Oh,
pursuit. Mormon spins away.
big play.
He got back to the original line of scrimmage somehow. Just shy of it. It'll be 2nd and 11.
That's the problem about having such a great player on the opposing side. I mean, he just turned in a loss of, 5 into a gain of 5.
Gained something. He got something out of it. Could have been 2nd and 20. Under 2 minutes. 1:55. 2 timeouts for the Flyers. 2 timeouts for the Cardinals.
I would like to know how many broken tackles he's had today.
Too many.
Way too
But
many.
they've done an awfully good job keeping him contained.
Down to a minute 40.
Hurst
Oh.
fakes the throw deep. Now he'll scramble. Had nothing there. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 45, where it'll be 3rd and 5. Clock will stop with 1:29.
I believe that was Jacob Blair. That was
Yeah,
that was very good right there.
it was indeed.
He had a lot of room to run, and he forced him out. Minute 29.
2 plays to get 5 yards and extend the game if you're Franklin County.
If you're Coach Monty here, you bring a blitz.
Timeout.
I noticed that play before. His number one option, they were running a deep post over here on Buddy Collins, and he read it perfectly. And that's why he had to drop it down, scramble with it, because that was his one option. He wasn't looking anywhere else.
McKee has soaked through the shirt. He's trying to make a point to the official right now. It's go time, 1:29 to play. Cardinals used one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Flyers have 3rd and 5 from their own 45. First down marker is at midfield.
Playing awfully off.
Hurst, draw. Makes a man miss right at the marker. Now leans across midfield. Flyers will have a first down in Scott County territory. Clock stops at 1:21.
They have ran that on, I would say, a handful of third downs. And I think I've gotten it every single time. It's tough when you spread everybody out like that. There's only so many guys that can stop it.
Yep.
Especially when you outnumber them with blockers.
Been impressed with Hurst tonight. His command.
Oh, great play.
Great coverage on Mormon. Great anticipation.
Oh,
running around, and they turn it into an 8-yard loss.
I thought he was about to get out of that one.
I was afraid, and if he had. That's a loss of 12. .7 seconds left.
Is that Luke Valencia originally?
Think so.
I believe it was. It shot out there. He's a burst of energy, I tell you that.
Yeah, he is.
He gets in that backfield quick. Franklin County down to 1.
Yep, they'll have to. They used a lot of time there.
Yes, they did. And got moved back to the 40.
Second and forever. 22.
I'd be shocked if Coach Monty doesn't run cover 4 right here. Keep it underneath. Nothing over your head. Make the play. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It looks like that's what we're in. Oh, go get him.
Quarterback dancing around. Hurst scrambling midfield. Definitely don't hit him now. Gets back 10 of it. 3rd and 12. 39.8 seconds. Saved himself that timeout.
Well, it was a lot better than a bomb in the end zone because it looked like they ran about 4 verticals.
They've got to get 12 yards to keep the game alive. They're certainly not kicking a field goal from here.
They got 2 opportunities to do it. It's right here.
You got to figure Ledford and Mormon are going to be involved somehow.
That or another quarterback draw.
Yeah.
It's worked for him all night.
He's been the X factor tonight.
Yes, it has.
They've kept the other guys under wraps, but Gavin Hurst, Mormon in motion, takes the handoff, spins, ankle tackle, beautiful stop. Is that Adams?
I believe so.
Yes, sir.
He's been all over the place.
One-on-one crime right there. 4th and 10.
Franklin County takes their last time out. 32 seconds left. Well, comes down to this.
They burned their final timeout, right?
Yes, sir. 4th and 10.
32.5.
Now I know they're going to probably try to throw this ball, but I would not be shocked if they ran that draw again. I mean, it's worked for them almost every single time. And most of the time it's been on long distances. Or just him scrambling. You have to have a backer that's shadowing him.
Ball game right here. 4th and 10 at the Scott County 48. Hurst in the shotgun. Mormon the lone setback. Hurst rolls to the right. Fires, caught, nope,
incomplete.
juggled, incomplete. Cards win. They'll kneel on a 20-17 victory. The most satisfying regular season win since Moeller 18, baby.
What a breakup right there.
Who knocked it out?
I want to say Buddy Collins. That was his man. Coach Monty's going wild on the sideline. What a win to open up the season. Unbelievable.
Gonna be fun.
I don't know if we're going to get a game like that the rest of the year. What a win.
Just a clean snap and a kneel. Well, they do have a timeout. I guess that last timeout was, they can use it if they want. They can make him do it twice. He deals down. Franklin County
doesn't seem like
we'll let it slide. Your final score, Scott County 20, Franklin County 17. The Cards are 1-0 in a big way. Sam, it's been fun. Let's do it again next Friday night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Lafayette coming to town. Can't wait to join you. On behalf of Mike Scoggin, Brett Smith, D.T. Wells, Sam Sutton, and all the people that make this broadcast possible, and Scotty Sutton, I'm merely Cal Oaks saying good night, God bless. Your final one more time, Cardinals 20, Flyers 17. Glad we could bring it to you. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.